G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this FIFA 23 Arsenal Career Mode series. This is episode 7, so if you want to see how we got here, go back and watch the previous episodes. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, it really helps me out. Yeah, we're going to be getting through quite a few games in this one. I think we're going to get through 5 games this episode, and we're starting off with a game against Fulham in the Premier League. So hopefully it should be a nice 3 points here, as Fulham aren't known for being a strong team, but they do have the mighty Mitrovic up top. And they have the ex-Arsenal goalkeeper in Bernd Leno, who I thought was a little bit unlucky in his time at Arsenal, to be honest. I mean, the moment he got benched for Ramsdale, that was it, because Ramsdale put on a clinic. But if you go back and see Leno, he actually had a really rough start to the season because we had really tough fixtures. I believe we had Chelsea and also Man City. I think there was one other one, but we lost, and he was kind of not the scapegoat, but he was partly the scapegoat. And then Ramsdale just took over, and he has been brilliant. And he was pretty brilliant there, but unfortunately couldn't pull off a miraculous double save as Fulham equalise and make it 1-1 here right on half-time. But second half now, Tomiyasu's going to whip it in, and Kedia can't get the jump on that one, but it falls to Odegaard, who's going to flick it and then volley it on his left foot. What a beautiful finish from the captain there. If anything's a captain's goal, that is. What a brilliant strike to put us back in front, and hopefully it stays that way. And we play it through to Nketiah now, who's going to beautifully fancy flick past it back to Odegaard, and it's going to make it 3-1 now, as he does a little celebration there. I believe we were starting Nketiah for Jesus in this game, just for fitness reasons, I do believe, but don't quote me on that. But it's 3-1 now. And we're looking to make it more as Nketiah again plays a great ball over to Saka, who's going to hit it. Probably had more time than he thought. And Leno makes a decent save, but Saka should be doing better there, especially with the form he is in. But Fulham come back again, and it's Decadok. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'm just going to call him Reed. But he hits it near post, and Ramsdale should probably be doing better there. But it was actually quite a good close game. But we do squeak out of there with the 3 points, winning 3-2. As you see some other results from around the grounds. We're getting straight into this next match. This is why I didn't start Jesus in the previous game. I wanted to have him firing and ready against Chelsea, against this big club, and against another former Arsenal man in Aubameyang up top, who just doesn't look the same these days, especially in an Arsenal top. That's just ugly. But yeah, they also have Sterling, who is rumoured to come to Arsenal because, you know, he's that Man City Arteta connection, and I would have been upset if he decided to come to Arsenal, but then we wouldn't probably be starting Saka or Martinelli, and I think those two have to start. I absolutely love watching them play, and to cut down their game time would be just horrific. But anyway, we get straight to the second half now, as it's been a pretty boring game, but Ziyech, I think that was, or Ziyech, shoots it, but Ramsdale makes a great save. But look at the ball movement there from Arsenal, and it finds its way to Saka, who's in the box and hits it on his right foot and scores to put us up 1-0. Besides that chance, it's been a very defensive game. Not much has been happening. We play a beautiful ball there to Tierney. Great hold-up play from Jesus, and Odegaard's got all day. They marked Saka there. I think it was Chilwell had to gamble. Either go to the ball and leave Saka free, or go to Saka and leave Odegaard free, and Odegaard made him pay for that decision. You see there, we actually dominated 13 shots to 3. But we didn't have many clear-cut chances, except obviously the ones that I showed you. And then ends up 2-0, and that's a big result too, because that was away from home against a rival. And yeah, now we're going to be jumping into the Europa League here. You see, we're already guaranteed to make it through to the next stage, but if we do win and PSV squander their match, we can finish first in the group, although it is unlikely that PSV lose their game. But we are going up against FC Zurich, and I am going to use my second team, obviously, and as it should still be good enough to get the job done. And Marquinhos sees Smith Rowe at the back post, and it draws the keeper out, and Smith Rowe has an empty net, and a pretty easy finish there to put us 1-0 up in the first half. And Nketiah's been playing very well here with this link-up play, and now he's in behind. Is he going to go himself or be unselfish? He's going to go himself, but the keeper makes a good save. It falls to Smith Rowe. A little bit unlucky there not to win a penalty. We're going to get it back to Smith Rowe, who finds Nketiah, who's just going to place it beautifully just inside the post. Wasn't even a real shot there, he just passed that into the back of the net as he celebrates there in his nice blue boots. But FC Zurich aren't going to give up, that's for sure, as they come forward, And they get one back there with still half an hour left to play. So still plenty of time. But hopefully we hold on here. As we get to El Neni, who finds Vieira, who finds Eddie Nketiah, who's going to not miss this one. As he hits that past the keeper for his second of the match, I think. So a nice brace there for Eddie. Good to see him scoring. Obviously wearing the famous number 14 of Thierry Henry. So he's got a lot to live up to, and I hope he does get better, because that means good things for us. As you see the stats there, we absolutely dominated. Probably could have won by even more, to be honest. You see the XG there and the amount of shots we had. 19 shots to 4. But that's what you would expect. Playing at the Emirates, much better team, so we've got to get the job done, which we did. And that's the end of the Europa League for a little bit now. We're going to get back into the Premier League. Currently sitting third on the table. And still one game in hand on most teams, but we can't move up at the moment. But the game against Crystal Palace and the former Arsenal man who now manages Crystal Palace in Patrick Vieira, obviously fan favourite of Arsenal and one of the Invincibles, as we see Gabriel Jesus still leading the top goal scorers this season, absolutely dominating the field. And this one's going to be snowing at the Emirates, so this will be a little bit interesting. Not used to playing in these conditions. But yeah, going up against Crystal Palace, who are just a decent team. I'm not really too sure how they're doing in real life these days, but I think they've just always been a mid-table type team. But they go on the attack first, and they strike first through Decore just after the 10-minute mark. So not expecting that at all. But Gabriel Jesus is going to play a great through ball over to Erdegaard, and he gets there first, and he makes it 1-0 not too long after in the 30th minute. And he's going to do a little gaming celebration there. But Erdegaard just in fine goal-scoring form at the moment. He's normally the one who's assisting all these. He seems to be getting ahead and scoring them all now. As he's in again here. And he's going to smack it across the keeper on a tight angle. But he scores again. And I'm not a big fan of these yellow lines. I know they have to do it because it's snowing. So the white on the ground already will make it hard to see. But yellow lines, not really a fan of. I'm not a fan of that goalkeeping either, but I am a fan of that finish by Martinelli. Put us up 3-1. Wasn't the best shot, and the keeper kind of made a meal of it there as we go up 3-1. But once we smell blood, we're not going to stop, and we're going to try to pour it on here through Martinelli. Find Smith Rowe, who just places that beautifully. Hit it across the keeper again. I'm not sure if he could have done more with that one. As Smith Rowe did come on to Odegaard, that's why he gets the captain's armband. I kind of wish they had a setting where if you took your captain off, you could designate like your vice captain to then take over. But that is not an option. As we end up winning 4-1 there, so another great result. Yet to lose so far in this episode, and with one game remaining, hopefully stays that way. As we are going to change our lineup up a little bit, going to bring in Gabriel, Cedric, and then Zinchenko. So really just swapping our back line for the most part. Are we going to make any more changes? Most of the guys do look pretty good. Oh yeah, we're going to have Smith Rowe out on the left there for Martinelli and Nketiah up top for Jesus. So we are actually rotating a lot for this game up against Newcastle, as I believe there was only a couple days in between, so some guys are really lacking for fitness. And then I think we have another couple days before our next match, so the matches are coming thick and fast now. So the squad depth is going to be crucial, which Arsenal, I'm not sure, has the greatest squad depth in the league, but we can always make that better in January. As Newcastle on the front foot first, and they get pretty lucky there. It was a great save by Ramsdale, but the ricochets just kept on falling back to the Newcastle players, and they go up 1-0. We find our captain, our main man again, Martin Erdegaard, and he makes it 1-0. Not really liking this trend of going down early, as it's happened the last 2 games, but as long as we get the win, I guess I can't complain too much, as we have a corner now. It gets headed clear, but it falls out to Saliba, who's going to find Zinchenko. And I'm not sure what just happened there. I think the keeper's made an absolute meal of that. But Zinchenko will definitely take that. He's not on the score sheet too often. And any goal from a defender is like gold. You see there, Erdegaard gets a nasty tackle there, straight from behind. It's actually going to be a red card for the Newcastle player, and that's going to be Longstaff. Not sure which one of them, because I think that there's a couple of them in the Newcastle side. But Erdegaard's going to have a header, but it goes just wide. We're on the attack again here. We get to the man Zinchenko to Smith Rowe, and Smith Rowe is in fine form, and he scores again. And that's going to basically win us the 3 points now. with little time remaining. Not sure if Newcastle can do much after this, as it is in stoppage time, but they are going to get one more attack, and it's Bruno who finds target. He's going to whip in a delightful cross, and Wilson somehow not offside there. And Ramsdale was a little slow on coming out, and Wilson actually got a little consolation goal there just to put a bit of fear back into us, as you see there. Another really close game, but we just have that extra bit of quality to get us over the line. Yeah, that's going to be just about it for this episode, guys. As I said before, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Really helps me out. Before we get into our next match, in the next episode, it's going to be up against Manchester United. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.